This video is brought to you by Mubi, an online cinema at your fingertips with hand-selected classic films from around the globe. Start your 1-month free trial right now by going to mubi.com/entertaintheelk. Today, I want to take a closer look at two scenes from two separate films, the helicopter scene in Goodfellas and the drug deal scene in Boogie Nights. Specifically, I want to examine how a director can take the same elements available to them, but use them in different ways in order to establish a desired mood. And this is accomplished through the deliberate choices a director makes. I explored this in a previous essay, Paul Thomas Anderson, Visual Literacy. I'll put a link below so you can check it out, but basically, visual literacy as it pertains to film is the concept that directors use the camera in order to communicate a deeper story idea or emotion to the audience. Instead of words, the vocabulary and grammar of this hidden language is expressed within the frame through angles, movement, lighting, and colors. In this essay, I want to take this concept further and examine how directors Martin Scorsese and P.T. Anderson were able to utilize the cinematography along with the writing, editing, and music in order to communicate anxiety and suspense in their respective films.
But first, allow me to set the stage for both Goodfellas and Boogie Nights. Both films follow the arc of two impressionable young hotshots on their paths for glory, Henry Hill and Dirk Diggler. They each fall into worlds that most would find morally repugnant, the mafia and the porn industry. But within these two worlds, they find a surrogate family of sorts, and more importantly, a sense of purpose. Each of them show immediate promise and are rewarded in kind by their respective father figures. And as they continue to climb to the top, the dream lifestyle that they always wanted becomes more of a reality, and their sense of belonging only grows. But so too does their ego, and a feeling of invincibility that will ultimately lead to their downfall. Henry and Dirk continue ignoring the warning signs on their path to self-destruction as they lose control of their cocaine addiction and betray the family that took them in.
Which finally leads us to our two scenes. First, writing. In a single afternoon, Henry Hill is juggling multiple responsibilities at the same time. He's delivering guns to a friend, picking up his brother from the hospital, prepping dinner, while also picking up cocaine from his mistress that needs to be prepped for delivery to his associates in Pittsburgh. Already, we see the overwhelming amount of tasks piling up, but to make matters worse, Henry's anxiety is heightened by the cocaine in his system and a lingering paranoia due to a police helicopter he believes is following him around town. In Boogie Nights, Dirk Diggler and his friends attempt to scam a local drug dealer by selling him a half kilo of baking soda as cocaine. Immediately, there's suspense built into the script through the use of dramatic irony. The audience is in on the scam, and like Dirk and his friends, we feel the intensity and suspense as we wonder if the drug dealer will discover the truth and if they will make it out of that room alive. As opposed to Goodfellas, which has many tasks attacked one at a time with slight overlap, Boogie Nights juggles many story elements at the same time, which often crash together violently, building the tension already inherent in the scene. Besides the baking soda hoax, which we follow throughout, there's also the drug dealer singing to 80s pop music and playing Russian roulette with himself. But perhaps the most unnerving aspect of this scene is the man who casually tosses firecrackers in the corner of the room. These sporadic pops are so loud and jarring. They heighten the intensity, making the characters and also the audience uneasy. Second, cinematography. Throughout this entire sequence, Scorsese uses the camera to perfectly convey Henry's cocaine-induced anxiety and paranoia. The camera is constantly moving. Dolly, pan, tilt, zoom. It's almost as if the camera is struggling to keep up with Henry's frantic pace as he drives around town. Whereas P.T. Anderson's camera is slow, lingering on important information he wants the audience to see that will build suspense. At the very beginning, he lingers on the security door closing behind them, making the entire scene feel claustrophobic as our characters are seemingly trapped in the room. He shows us the henchman's gun, reminding us of the looming threat of what's at stake. The camera also lingers on characters for an uncomfortably long time. He focuses on the drug dealer as he passionately sings Jesse's Girl, and then the camera lingers on Dirk for a shot that lasts 50 seconds, barely moving at all. The only movement is captured on Dirk's face, which runs the complete gamut of expressions, until his face falls and he finally realizes that he's hit rock bottom. Third, editing. Following along with the aesthetic of the ever-moving camera, Scorsese, along with editor Thelma Schoonmaker, use rapid cuts throughout this entire sequence to convey Henry's anxiety. As opposed to hiding the cuts on action or dialogue, making it flow effortlessly and smoothly, Scorsese and Schoonmaker choose to make their cuts very apparent. They're jagged, jumping from one moment to the next like a needle skipping across a broken record. P.T. Anderson, along with editor Dylan Tishner, alter the pacing of their cuts as the scene progresses. As P.T. Anderson builds intensity and suspense at the beginning, with long and comfortable shots, the transitions are smooth and unnoticeable, except for the short, punctuated cuts interspersed to accentuate the random firecrackers going off. It's only once the drug deal goes wrong that the pacing of the editing picks up speed, adding to the action and chaos. Fourth, music. Both scenes use a variety of popular songs in the background, but the way each director utilizes them enhances the mood of their particular scene. Scorsese has non-diegetic music playing in the background, meaning that the music we hear doesn't come from the world of the story. He uses loud rock music from artists like the Rolling Stones and The Who to amplify the raw intensity of the sequence. And the songs don't play out in their entirety. Instead, they're fired at the audience in rapid succession, as Henry travels from one place to the next, reinforcing the constant movement and signaling the passing of time. In Boogie Nights, P.T. Anderson uses diegetic music within the scene of the drug deal. 80s pop songs like Jesse's Girl and Sister Christian boom loudly in the room. The juxtaposition of the cheesy 80s music in this ominous drug dealer's house only adds to the already uneasy feeling the characters and us as the audience feel when we're watching the scene unfold. I've barely scratched the surface, but this should give you a better idea of the communication taking place just below every single frame of film. And as you can see in just these two select scenes, the director isn't just using the camera to communicate an idea or emotion, they're using every element at their disposal as the vocabulary and grammar of this beautiful language.
And it's within these two scenes that our protagonists Henry Hill and Dirk Diggler hit rock bottom. And despite their similarities, it's the different ways that they react and the choices that they make after this point that clearly define their character and the larger themes at work in Goodfellas and Boogie Nights. If you want to continue this discussion and learn more about the deeper themes connecting and separating these two films, click on over to my channel Film Radar to watch my video on the subject. There will be a link below in the description.
Scorsese and P.T. Anderson are two directors who have personally influenced me, but I'm always searching for the classic films that influenced my favorite directors. But they're not always easy to find, which is why I love Mubi. Mubi is an online cinema that streams hand-selected classics from around the globe. These films range from cult classics and award-winning documentaries to forgotten gems and new independent films. And instead of tirelessly searching through thousands of films, Mubi only carries 30 films at a time on a rotating schedule. Every day, a new selection is added to the 30, and every day, the oldest film is removed. Finally, a simple service for people who love cinema. Start your 1-month free trial right now by going to mubi.com/entertaintheelk. Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks to Daniel from Film Radar for helping collaborate on this video. If you haven't already, go check out his channel. I'm a big fan, and I can't recommend his videos enough. Tuesday is new video day here on Entertain the Elk, so make sure you subscribe below. That way you don't miss out on any new content whenever it drops. If you like this video, please like it and share it with a friend. Also, leave me a comment below. Tell me what are some other channels you'd like to see me collaborate with on a future video. Also, if you're able, please consider becoming a patron of this channel. If even a fraction of my subscribers would give $1 per video, that would allow me to stop all the other side jobs that I'm doing and dedicate my time completely to this channel and to making more videos for you. Patrons get rewards and other cool stuff. I'll have a link below so you can go check it out. Thanks again everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.